VW Golf GTI Cabriolet is all about performance, and the stats speak for themselves. It is capable of reaching 62 miles per hour in 7.3 seconds, and it has a top speed of 147 miles per hour. It's not as fast as the standard GTI, which will cover the 062 miles per hour sprint in 6.7 seconds and has a top speed of 149 miles per hour, but it is close. Delivering this performance is the same 2.0-liter turbocharged, 4-cylinder petrol engine that's found in the standard Golf GTI. On offer is a 6-speed manual gearbox version, with a claimed average fuel consumption of 37.2 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 177 gkm. If you want, you can spend a bit more on the dual-clutch model, and this has a claimed fuel consumption average of 36.7 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 180 gkm, which puts it into the same road tax band as the manual model. To differentiate the GTI Cabriolet from the standard version, Volkswagen has fitted a distinctive front grille with red edging and a GTI badge, plus front fog lights. Further emphasizing the GTI's sport nature are side skirt extensions, a rear diffuser, twin chrome exhaust pipes and smoked LED taillights. The car also comes with 18-inch alloys and low-profile tires as standard. Inside there's a leather steering wheel, handbrake and gear lever gaiter with contrasting red stitching. The seats are covered in the classic tartan cloth, though there is the option of leather upholstery. The drop-top Golf GTI comes with an EDS electronic differential lock as standard that helps to stop wheel spin on loose or slippery surfaces, while an XDS electronic transverse differential lock should ensure power is easily transferred to the road and therefore improve handling. The roof is quick to fold away. It takes just 9.5 seconds and can be raised or lowered at speeds of up to 18 miles per hour. For the full VW Golf GTI convertible review, read on. The Volkswagen Golf GTI Cabriolet performance is fairly accomplished. The same 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine as the GTI hatchback powers the convertible version. Producing 208 bhp and 280 Nm of pulling power, it is capable of powering the Cabriolet to 62 miles per hour from a standstill in 7.3 seconds. More importantly, the peak pulling power kicks in at 100 revolutions per minute, lower than before, at 1,700 revolutions per minute instead of 1,800 revolutions per minute, and this substantial pulling power remains until 5,200 revolutions per minute. This makes the GTI responsive on the move and keen when overtaking. The power delivery is extremely smooth and refined, rather than the brutish affair you get from some other hot hatches. In some respects it is a little sedate and not worthy of the GTI badge. It doesn't scream performance convertible. Yes, it's quick, but it just doesn't have the urgency or the excitement of the fixed-roof version. The GTI convertible is available with a choice of 6-speed manual gearbox or an optional 6-speed dual-clutch DSG automatic. The manual is precise and smooth, while the DSG gearbox is also very good. The GTI Cabriolet will cruise along quite happily, but if you find yourself in a position where you need to overtake, this can be done without too many dramas due to the responsive engine. The ride is smooth, despite the larger alloys and lowered body, and the general Volkswagen Golf GTI Cabriolet comfort levels are fairly impressive. It's not uncomfortably stiff, and the jolty ride you might usually expect from a hot variant isn't present. It's more engaging than the standard Cabriolet model, and it is an enjoyable car to drive on tight and twisting B roads, particularly once you get the roof down. The steering is perfectly weighted, not too light and not too heavy, but there's little feedback through the wheel. Thankfully, there is little sign of any body roll, and like all Golfs you get plenty of grip. The sure-footed nature of the car is aided by the addition of electronic differential lock, which reduces wheel spin on slippery surfaces, and XDS electronic transverse differential lock that ensures power is easily transferred to the road. Inside, the car closely resembles the Golf GTI hatchback. It has the same switchgear, albeit with a few added sporty touches like red dials and red stitching on the steering wheel to make it stand out against the standard Cabriolet. This also means that, As with the majority of other models in the range, it feels robust and is finished to a high standard. It's also pretty easy to get the hang of what everything does thanks to simple controls. There are the tartan cloth sports seats, which hark back to the Golf GTI models of old, as well as the flat-bottom steering wheel for the added performance touch. Volkswagen Golf GTI Cabriolet comfort levels are very good. While road and wind noise have been incredibly well suppressed, especially considering this is a soft-top convertible, the exhaust note has been tuned to make it more audible and it delivers a pleasing and engaging rumble. The sports seats not only offer excellent back and side support but are comfortable enough for longer journeys. As with the standard convertible, things are a little cramped in the back. Although there is a middle rear seat, it is best reserved for children or smaller passengers, as full-grown adults will start to find it uncomfortable if they are in it too long. Drop the roof and things still feel quite refined. While you get the pleasure of roof-down motoring, you aren't buffeted by wind to such an extent that you just want to put the roof up and have a chat with your passenger. In fact, you can still hold a conversation without having to shout to be heard. There's a decent amount of movement in both the seat and steering wheel, making it easy for the driver to get in the best driving position. The ride quality is excellent even though it runs on 18-inch alloy wheels, and the overall levels of refinement demonstrate excellent build quality. There's no crashing or jarring from the suspension, even on the most rutted roads. Golf GTI equipment levels are competitive and include electric windows, a CD stereo with a USB pod connection, electronic climate control, 18-inch alloy wheels, tire pressure monitoring, cruise control and parking sensors. Key options include DVD-based satellite navigation and adaptive chassis control. If you want, you can go and spend around £1,300 on the DSG dual-clutch version. It is pricey, but if you are shelling out for that GTI badge, we think it is money well spent. While the GTI Cabriolet won't be crash-tested by Euro NCAP because it's just a different variant, the standard Cabriolet model was awarded the maximum 5-star rating. There's a long list of safety kit on offer, including front and side head thorax airbags and driver's knee airbag as standard. Other Volkswagen Golf GTI Cabriolet safety features include an automatically deploying rollover protection system, in case the car ends up on its roof in an accident. As with the standard Cabriolet model, there is a useful amount of luggage space on offer. Whether the roof is up or down, there is a potential 250 liters of space available. If you need to carry longer items, the rear seats fold 50 hours 50 minutes to make the space more usable. There isn't a huge amount of storage around the cabin though, but thankfully the usual central storage and door bins can happily accommodate a 500 milliliters bottle.